And we're back. Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2021. I am your host, Mark Levy, and welcome to Mark Remeets World, where we rewatch episodes of Boy Meets World from an adult perspective. And that sounds so weird and whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. We have an awesome guest today. But before we get there, if you haven't watched this episode yet, we're watching Season 2, Episode 2's episode title, Pairing Off. You can watch that on Disney Plus, Daily Motion, syndication, DVDs, time travel, whatever works you can do. But if you do time travel, like, don't mess up things in the time continuum. And I'll just wait here. Awesome. So now that you've watched the episode, I have a great guest, Karishma Patel from Survivor. This is going to be fun. Tune in. I'll see you on the other side of the bleep, or whatever you want to call that. All right, and we're back. I'm so unbelievably excited to be here with a guest that I adore so much. If you saw her on Mark Talk a few weeks ago or a few months ago, she's out here on Mark Remeets World, the one, the only Karishma Patel.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you here. I was so happy to get you in for season 2 of episodes when everything is consistently fun, at least, you know. And
none of the heavy stuff quite yet, right?
Not quite yet. Like, I think the heavy stuff starts like in the middle of season 2, if I'm not mistaken.
With yeah. Now I remember.
Because like once Sean's family gets like introduced, it becomes a little heavier.
Yeah, Sean's dad and all that stuff.
Yeah, Chet Hunter brings a lot of drama, which is weird considering that guy's a comedian by trade, if not mistaken. But it is what it is. Yeah. So we're here with episode. Yeah, I mean, real life has to have it all, and that's why Boy Meets World is great because it has it all. So we're here with episode 2 of season 2, Pairing Off. It aired on September 30th, 1994. It was directed by the main director of the whole series, David Trainer, and written by Glenn Mercer. Plot of the episode's pretty simple. Guys and girls notice each other, and they literally start pairing off.
Oh my gosh, I was so confused at first. I was like, wait a second. I needed to backtrack and check what grade they were in.
They're in 7th grade in this episode, yeah. But that's high school. Yeah. So like it makes sense. Like that's like when people start noticing people, I feel like. And they did that a little bit in 6th grade, but not like this.
Yeah, I mean, the episode opens to like 2 kids making out.
Literally, that's how it starts. 2 people making out. Like that's the top of the episode. And I just love how you see Corey and Sean kind of just creepers, like, that's how that works.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little uncomfortable. I'm like, these kids were cast just to make out in the.
They don't have lines. You're right. Those kids don't
first 15 seconds of the episode. That's it. Like that's their sole purpose on the show. Like that's what they get to put on their headshot, like on the back. Like I just made out on Boy Meets World for 7.5 seconds. But
I mean, yeah, because like them, and then later there's another couple that's similar, but you at least see that couple's faces fully. Like you see like half of their faces in this one. They're just going at it for like 10 seconds.
I was laughing right off the bat.
I love it also because like Feeny magically appears and he's like, yeah, he's gotta get out of the hallway. And like Archie's gonna stop them, and like he's like, no, they get good grades. Yeah. You don't.
Fiji, not Fiji, sorry, I keep saying Fiji because that's the name of my puppy. Beanie.
Yeah.
Beanie was savage. He was like, you are a dork and you don't even have good grades. Good luck.
He literally was like, you're not even good enough for a handshake. It's like, oh my God.
He was straight savage. Feeny was like, Corey.
Like, and like all Corey wants to do is learn about the opposite sex and like what's going to happen. And Feeney's just like, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. And then like we get like,
Feeny.
Like it's just so funny because like after that quick little, like so Feeney actually says his grades aren't even good enough to shake hands, which is really funny. And then we get our second couple making out. And they literally make out and then walk away, but you at least really see their faces.
See their face.
Yeah. I was looking at IMDb trivia on this episode. There's a really funny piece of trivia about this episode. So whenever they like name the kids in this episode, they have like interesting names.
I noticed that they said Michael and Lisa Marie.
Right, and
I
that's part,
recognize
yeah.
that one.
So that was Michael Jackson, Lisa Marie,
Yeah.
and Jerry and Shoshana, which is the first one, is supposed to be Jerry Seinfeld and his girlfriend at the time, Shoshana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really clever writing. That's
Yeah.
clever.
I mean, you gotta respect that, like that the writers are like fans of comedy, you know, like I mean, and it really shows because the show's so funny, you know.
I consider it like an Easter egg. I love little things like that.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's cute when shows do that.
There is also an interesting thing that you're never going to see again after this episode, later in this episode, which I'm shocked by, which I believe it also. But we'll get there in like 10 minutes of the episode. It's a plot point. So everyone's pairing off. Corey feels lost and wants some help. And then like he realizes he's got a crush on Topanga. And this retcons the way season 1 kind of ends. Like they like, it's so insane. Like, so Corey and Topanga have like a date at the end of season 1.
Okay.
And it's like not a date, but it's a date. Like clearly it's a date. They have fun. It's a date, you know? And he's like, well, you know, I want you to be my girlfriend because you're a girl and you're my friend. And I think it'd be a good
girl, my friend. Yeah.
And like, it's just so funny, like how I feel like there's just such a hard reset for Topanga once she becomes an actual, like not recurring character, but cast, like main cast of the show.
Yeah, I noticed. I mean, I don't remember season 1 as distinctly, but I know that like there was a period of time where she was just like the weirdo, but he's known her his whole life. Yeah. And I thought it was like kind of adorable, but a little bit off character when he goes up to her and he's like, you're my girl, you're my friend, let's walk through life together.
Yeah, he actually says walk through life. I'm like, I would never even say it's like my girlfriend.
I thought that was like, it was cute because we know what happens, right?
Of course.
They end up walking through life together. But like he's trying to learn how to just talk to a girl or get a girl to talk to him. And he just wants to pair off. We look cute together, right? And he's like, let's walk through life together. Because he's just so innocent and adorable and eager.
Yeah. Like Corey Matthews is such a puppy dog in this episode.
He really is.
And like,
he really is.
Just sopping up every information that he gets from everyone. And then we get to the health class where they have a really funny line about how the health teacher is always sick. Which I
missed that line.
Yeah, I was thinking at the top of the scene, like, oh, the substitute saying, wow, the health teacher is always sick. That's weird.
Oh, that's ironic. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the health teacher is played by someone that was like on the first season of Baywatch.
I actually recognized her from 2 other shows, not Baywatch.
Yeah, she's like one of those actresses that like is like in everything.
I recognized her from Saved by the Bell.
Oh my God. Yes.
She's Nurse Jennifer.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh my God, yes.
She's that nurse that Zach like has a creepy crush on.
Yeah,
that episode creeped me out because she's like the hot. Yeah. So that's Jennifer the nurse, and then I recognized her from Friends. She was on an episode of Friends. She had a date with Joey, and Joey brought Chandler to meet her friend for a blind date, and ended up being Janice. So she played this Long Island queen.
Yeah.
Or princess. They called Long Island princesses. Yeah. And they walked into a restaurant and she was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom and wash the cab smell from my hands. Always remember that line. Does that ring a bell? I'm a huge Friends fanatic.
No, I'm a really big Friends fan too. I actually bought the Friends Lego set since last time we talked.
December 7th.
Wait, what?
I just got that for my birthday.
Nice. Yeah.
The Friends Lego set.
Yeah, like I literally have it like right above there, but like
it's actually on the shelf right there.
I had so much fun putting it together, and like I lost one of the light post things, but it doesn't matter because those like one of the 2 studio light posts that they have. But like
I'll do it later. I got it for my birthday and I'm excited to do it. But so I recognized her from those 2 places. I was like staring. I'm like, I know this girl. I know her.
That was also me for the for Wendy later on.
Yes, I recognize her too, but then it freaks me out because like she's clearly a little girl. So who is she as an adult? I thought she kind of looked like Kelly Wentworth.
Kind of, yes, she does look like she
Doesn't
kind of looks
she?
like a Fred Kelly, yeah.
That's
But
what I thought.
she was like in that movie Flipper and
Okay.
Casper, and also like she did some other things because I was looking her up too. Like she was in Home Improvement for a couple episodes.
Okay.
Like she was like that like cute little blonde girl that would be all over TV in
Yeah.
the 90s.
I think
Um,
there's like the 90s sitcoms have so many people like that where you're like, oh my God, I know them from like this, and this. Yeah,
yeah.
for
So
sure.
yeah, Sean has a crush on the substitute because how can you not?
Yeah.
And he lies about his age, saying he's 24. And she's like, "But you're in 7th grade." And he's like, "I'm an undercover cop."
Sean is so quick on his feet here. I love it.
it's it's actually one of the better episodes for early Ryder Strong. I feel like, I feel like they're really getting like the idea of what they want with the character, and he's starting to become an actor that's good enough for the character.
Yeah. They're figuring out that they don't want him to be a cad, but I think they want him to be like confident with his looks
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which is good. They don't want him to be like a sleazeball.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but you know, I think they'll play with it a little bit because I remember him distinctly being a sleazeball at some point. But I think they
Every
figure
guy
out,
is at one point. I can say
yeah.
that as a guy that's definitely been a sleazeball at one point. Hopefully not anymore, but I mean, it's a thing. Like,
It's good though because I like that his character is developing in that way because Corey has like like he's a little bit less confident but more vulnerable.
yeah,
And his counterpart is Sean, who is, I think, more confident and less vulnerable. And I think that kind of like that they like yin and yang each other.
yeah. Like they're a really fun pair considering like Corey's the class clown and Sean is like the good looking guy who's kind of an idiot, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then like I love it because like in the scene like you realize how bad of a flirt Sean is, so he's trying to keep up with her, and she's kind of like playfully flirting with him, and then like she asks Corey where like the ovaries are, no, where the eggs are stored, and he says the gonads, which I thought was pretty funny.
I thought that was funny because that's not the wrong answer.
It's not right, yeah.
Gonads are both or ovaries and testicles. It's both.
Oh,
So he
okay.
answered technically it's correct.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Ovaries are gonads.
I never like fully. I forgot about that like in health class.
Yeah, ovaries are gonads. So like as soon as he said that, before she responded no, I was like, oh my God, he got it right. Like this is a child. Like, where did he learn this? Like, even the rest of it that he got right. Like, he got the whole pregnancy thing right. I'm like,
yeah,
they must like his parents probably gave him the birds and the bees, and this is what they taught him. But this is a mistake, I think, in the writing because his answer was correct.
I think it's that weird thing of like, let it be smart wrong, like
Yes.
wrong, you know, because like the whole series, like Corey's smart, he doesn't live up to his potential, but he should, you know.
You're right. Especially with his like long answer about egg and sperm, like he nailed it, except calling it Philippine instead of fallopian. He nailed it.
And then like he asks a substitute like how to get a girl to say hi, and I thought it was pretty sweet.
So cute.
Like, I'm so happy to have you on this show right now, Karishma. I want you on every episode already.
It was like puppy dog cute, and it was kind of like, you know how like some shows have like a cold open and then they go to the theme song.
Yeah.
This felt like the point where the cold open would be over with that line, right? And that would be like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like, this is the title of the episode, and then the title comes on. That's what it felt like.
Instead of a season 2 of Boy Meets World, where the title is the opening, it's like 5 seconds long. Mm-hmm. Unlike in season 1 or other seasons where it's like a minute or whatever.
I know. Thank God they switched to this new, just kick the world over.
It's actually my favorite of them all. I was talking to my guest for the first episode, and I'm like, I'm so happy that it's just like this cute little quick cartoon thing, and it just gets to the meat of the episode immediately, you know?
Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah. I also love like this part coming up right now where literally people pair up, and like he's like, I saw it happen. I don't know what I saw, but I saw it happen. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, with Mr. Turner and them, is that what you're talking?
Well, like that whole sequence with like Mr. Turner, and the substitute teacher are flirting, and Feeney and the lady who is played by his wife, who doesn't have a name yet in the show, are flirting. But like,
oh, so is that Mr. Feeney's real life wife?
Yeah, it's William Daniels' real life wife.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, she's like a recurring character later in the high school years, but like,
oh, okay,
yeah, like, yeah. And then we get like the introduction of the hair flip in the season.
Yeah,
Oh my god. It's so funny that like I remember growing up, and I'm sure you felt this way for Ryder Strong. Like every girl that I knew was like, it's the hair, it's the hair, it's the hair.
It's the hair.
And literally the whole next minute of the episode is just him flipping the hair and like girls be like, oh my god, hi Sean.
It's so cute because back then that hairdo, first of all, that Ryder Strong hairdo with the part in the middle and the floppy sides and the shinier your hair, the better. I mean, that with the buzz under here.
Yeah.
That haircut was like, that was going strong back then. But if you had the hair where you could like run your fingers through it.
Yeah, of course.
It was like who's the home improvement kid everyone loves?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
That's another big hair kid. Right? New Kids on the Block, the ones with the hair.
Yeah.
I mean, they love the kids with the hair.
Yeah, there was no hair kid in Step by Step. I just realized I was gonna try to say one in there, but there was not.
There was you know what? Did people have a crush on Cody?
Yeah, but he didn't like. He had like all the kids had like short hair on the show.
I don't think there was like a heartthrob.
I think like
Step by Step.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of shows that had like little boy heartthrobs in them. Like I know Jonathan Taylor Thomas, right?
That's Sabrina Teenage Witch with Harvey.
Who?
Harvey and Sabrina Teenage Witch, right? That was his name, Harvey?
Yeah, Harvey. Yeah. He had the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones with the hair would do. I mean, even Zach Morris with the hair.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, hello. Are we forgetting Uncle Jesse?
Of course. Like the king of the hair flip.
Uncle Jesse, king. There we go, king of the hair flip. I mean, he designed the men hair thing of the 90s.
That would be it though, right? Because like 89 or so, that's when Full House started. So
yeah, have mercy with the hair. That's it.
I just love how in my mind I'm totally seeing your bedroom as a kid with like all the Tiger Beat posters of them all over.
Oh yeah, I had them all.
Them and Salwa, I never did the movies or anything like that. I only did movies, not TV shows. Yeah.
I had it all. I had Tiger Beat, I had Hollywood, Bollywood, you name it.
Yeah.
And all the Bollywood guys with that hair. Oof, it was big.
I bought one of those magazines as a kid to see what it was like to see like to understand girls better. And I'm like, I don't get it, but there's a lot of like very nice photos in here. Like that was it.
I don't understand it now, but for some reason I was obsessed with it back then. So it is what it is, and I get it. Ryder Strong, I get it. Sean, I get it. He's got a 30-foot, what do you call it?
A 30-foot range.
He's got a 30-foot range. Oh my god.
Like I just love how like there's a girl by the bathroom and there's a girl like all the way over there and they're like, oh hi.
Loved it.
And then Corey tries it. And since he's like me, curly headed kid, like I was like, yeah, I fully get it. Like just like
little perm kid.
And like Topanga appears, she's like, Corey, you okay? I thought you have hair lice. Like
that's funny. That was funny for Topanga. That's a funny line for Topanga.
Yeah.
I like that line for Topanga.
And then we see the girl version of the hair flip where she doesn't even do it on purpose. She just does it. And he goes, oh, hi, Topanga. I was thinking about you. And like
Yep. It is non-discriminatory hair flip. Hair flip is, across the entire spectrum. That hair flip will work. It'll work. And Topanga's like known for her hair in the series by now, right?
So. Yeah. I mean, like they kept calling her like a mop with hair in the first season.
Yeah, but her hair is like what she gets famous for, right?
Yeah, I mean, like she's definitely that. It's so weird because she changes so much in that summer in the summer '94 between season 1 and season 2. Like she looks very, very different. Like because she's becoming a woman, like she's
growing up.
Yeah, like because she's I think like 13 at this point, like in real life. So
she's growing up for sure.
And then we get to home, and Eric comes home with his girlfriend from the last episode, who has a name change.
Does she? I didn't know,
Yeah.
because I didn't watch I didn't watch the
Yeah.
last episode.
So like, I mean, I also so like it's so like I recorded 2 episodes today. I recorded the season 2 episode 1 like at 1 o'clock with one of my friends, and I'm recording with
Okay.
you now. And she's in that episode, and
She's not Rebecca?
her name is Gail. It's Marguerite
Come
Moreau both
on,
times.
writers.
Like literally, like change her name in this 2
Same
episode arc
actress.
for her.
Same
Yeah,
actress.
same Marguerite Moreau from Wet Hot American Summer.
From Mighty Ducks.
Yes. Yeah.
That's where I know
like,
her from.
I think
Mighty
she's
Ducks.
she was like in Homeland also later or something like that, right?
Was she? I recognized her immediately from Mighty Ducks.
I recognized her from Wet Hot American Summer because
yeah. That's her.
She actually is the first person that one of my good friends actually ever kissed.
No way.
So my friend played
so
Moose. One of my actual friends played Moose in Wet Hot American Summer, and like they make out at the end of that movie. And he's like a kid in that movie, and she's like not.
Is Moose one of the two banger boys or whatever they call them?
Moose is the one that screams the announcements. He's got like 8 lines in the whole movie. He's like, "Wake up!" Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a very cherubic kid, and he's not as cherubic adult, but he's barely still cherubic as a 30-plus-year-old.
I mean, she gets to play a little bit of a forward thinking high school girl.
I really I love this next like 5 minutes of the episode because like Eric's like, "Hey mom, don't mess this up for me," and she's like, "Oh, I won't, but you did about your bed till you were 12."
Obligatory mom thing. She's got her hands full. First of all, this is why she's awesome. She's got her hands full, and she's like, "I got 2 minutes. I gotta get out the door. Let me just get this burn out of the way." And she goes right for the jugular. So she's awesome. Awesome.
Oh God! We'll get way more into Betsy Rain Latina, like because she's big at the last half of the episode, but we'll also talk about her anyways because I mean she is the best TV mom ever, and this proves it. But like, I also love how we get like Morgan having more. Oh my God, she turns Weasel on him.
Morgan's my MVP for this reason.
Yeah.
She didn't like something that was going on, and she stuck up for herself. And she explained why she didn't like it. And she just went on her way. Morgan is my MVP.
It's so funny how I'm like, yeah, she is Karishma.
She didn't like it. She put him in his place and she walked out that door. I like Morgan, my MVP, that little girl.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously when we get to episode 50 episode, I will just ask you to date Morgan again. But I just love how like
little early.
You're good. No, but yeah, you're right. Like it's just like it's so funny, like how like we're getting towards the end of the first Morgan, and it's just like I don't like Weasel. You like it so much. You're now Weasel, and I just love how that happens.
Yeah, she's like I never liked Weasel. You just call me Weasel.
Oh God, it's so great.
So random.
And then I love how like right before Morgan and Amy leave, like Amy's like, make sure you do not kick the coach this week, like last week.
That was great.
So then like, Eric and Rebecca are studying and she's like, show me the house. And he's like, oh, okay. And then like, he's like, here's our living room. This is our house. And she's like, show me upstairs. And he's like, okay. And then they go upstairs. They go to mom and dad's room. This is the only episode you actually ever see Alan and Amy's room.
Interesting.
My brain thought there were more episodes. I have no idea why. Like you see every other room in the house at least once, I think, if not mistaken. But yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, they could have easily used it for other stuff, but
yeah, I mean, there's so many scenes of Alan and Amy just like talking.
Yeah. Sure.
And so Eric is like flipping out with this whole thing. And yeah, so Corey wants to use like the get used to girls without his hair technique. And then he walks in upstairs to like try to find Eric. And he walks in, like he hears like noises from mom and dad's room. He opens the door and he sees Eric and Rebecca making out on mom and dad's bed.
It's quite PG. It's not.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's PG, but his little Corey's face is so cute.
I love how Eric is like, we're studying, and like,
he's like, so am I. That is just like so advanced writing and such good delivery.
Yeah.
Because it takes a moment, right? But yeah, that's what this episode's all about. It's a Corey life learning moment.
Yeah.
So for him to have that 3-word line is another awesome like homage to like what the episode's about.
I mean, it's also like the delivery is just so good there. He's like, so am I. Like,
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
so it comes back from commercial break. Rebecca's leaving. Eric is upset about the whole situation.
Mhm.
And it's just, you're like, oh man. And by like Corey has Eric by his ovaries, as he says, because he has
Oh, he caught
something
him.
off. Corey got Eric. And he's like, I want to know how to get a girl to like me. And this is when Eric gives some actually half decent advice.
I actually didn't think it was bad advice. I mean, the kid's in 7th grade, and this is how he's gonna learn to talk to women.
I mean, literally, like basically,
Not women, girls.
Well, girls, yeah. If it's women, then it's half decent advice. If it's girls, I think it's good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough for girls. Like, what do you know about? Just get used to talking to them. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's good. I thought it was great advice.
So, like, the advice is basically like look at them and fake paying attention, basically.
Yeah, that's true. That's not the best part of it. I thought the good part of it was like look at them and convince them that you're actually looking at them. Like that's pretty good advice.
No, that is because like it's a thing of like I think every good communication, every relationship that's good works on communication. Mm-hmm. Both platonic, romantic, everything, you have to have communication. And like actually connecting to someone is through the eyes, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So
not bad advice.
Yeah. And then we go to Mr. Turner's classroom and Corey's just
staring. Oh my God, it was so cute. It was so funny. He's just like oh my God. I was laughing. I'm like, how is this girl? If this girl turns her head and sees him, that'll like haunt her nightmares.
I do deeply hope that YouTube chooses that image of you staring to a camera like that as a thumbnail.
It might.
It's done weird things
before. And my lashes in all their glory, my holiday lashes.
Oh, they're great. They're awesome. It's all awesome. And then like, I love how Mr. Turner is like, hey, are you going to pay attention to the class?
Mr. Turner's like, I got to go. I got a date with that hot sub. I got to get out of here.
Well, I mean, like, it's so weird because, like, yeah, that is a thing, like, in a moment, but it's just like Mr. Turner's also like an inch from Corey. He's just like, so we have a class happening if you want to pay attention. And then the bell rings, and then Mr. Turner goes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Oh, that health substitute's waiting for me outside. I gotta go.
You gotta love that. So then like so Corey has a quick scene with the girl and he's like, I'd like to take you on a date. And you know, I'd say this is a pretty fine ask out. It's better than anything I ever did. I did not have luck with girls at all until like I was like 15 or 16, and that was so minimal until I was like 25.
And nobody talked to me until I was like 16, so it's okay.
So we both understand.
I was like literally not spoken with until I was 16 in school at all by anybody. Oh, no. But we can talk about my childhood of loneliness on another day. I got to come home and watch Boy Meets World.
And that's the most important thing. A lot of people don't get to that. I mean, I got to watch an hour of it today, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah. So that was good. He did a really, really good job. I mean, he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He asked her out.
Yeah. And it's a good, successful, easy, nice. She feels him. He feels her. It might be that whole, like, everyone's pairing up thing for both of them. I'm not sure. But she's a very pretty, cute girl.
She's a cute girl. She's taller than him, I think.
Which isn't too hard because he's not the tallest guy at this point.
No, it's like every girl.
And then we get to another scene in Alan and Amy's bedroom with Alan and Amy in there. And Alan's ready. Alan's ready for something. And she's in her floor-length flannel armor, as he says.
Yeah, he's like, what is this, armor? Oh my God. That's so funny.
Like, they start kissing, and they like lean on the bed, and she finds an earring from Rebecca. And I just love how quickly Amy realizes it is not Alan's.
No,
Like,
not even a second. She doesn't even need to realize it because it's like you can see in her face. She's like, "Oh no, I know you're not having an affair."
and he's like, what about there's like cute girls telling me all the time about working? She's like, no, you're not having an affair.
I love how he was like, "Well, what? You don't think I could?" I thought that was funny. That was very realistic because
Yeah.
like it's with any couple that's so realistic. Like, okay, look, I know, like you're not having an affair. Let's figure out how this underwear got in your car because I know you're not having an affair. You know what I mean? It's just funny.
That like I
I
feel
saw
like
that in another show.
like it's so it kind of reminds me of like in Parasite. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did see it. I don't. What show am I thinking of? The underwear in the car. I don't know. I don't know. But what
Well,
scene from
Parasite
Parasite?
is underwear and car.
It
So
might have been that. It might have been that.
I mean, best picture winner of 2019, well,
I
2020.
saw it, but we can talk about Parasite another day. I had issues with Parasite.
I love Parasite.
Ooh,
Okay, we'll talk
I
about
had
it another
trouble
day.
with
We'll talk about it another day.
I had trouble with Parasite. We can talk about it another time.
That's all good. So then like Alan's like kind of sadly like lost his mojo, and Amy. I love this part when Amy's like, "I'm gonna talk to Eric because if you talk to him, it
Oh,
won't get across. Like I'll
yeah,
just be
yeah.
like, hey, good job, thanks, Dad." And like that's
It's
it.
the dad. It's the dad and two son Winky thing. You know,
Yeah.
she's outnumbered and she knows.
Yeah, and so they both. Sorry, nothing happened. Do I look happy? Like that whole
Oh, that
thing
was
that
so
was
cute.
just so funny.
That was
Uh,
also quite realistic.
yeah. And then so they go into Eric and Corey's room, and they immediately like grill him, and like the writing whenever it gets to Alan and Amy grilling the boys is just so
Perfect.
beautiful.
It's like cross-examination in trial. I'm a
Yeah.
trial lawyer and I'm watching the perfect cross-examination. And then in walks my star witness, the loose-lipped kid
Oh my
who
god.
can't keep it shut. I love it. It's like the
I,
trial gone perfectly.
it's just so hilarious how she is always good cop. Well, mostly good cop, and he is mostly bad cop, and this is a really good
Yeah.
bad cop for him.
Yeah.
Like, cause like you quickly find out that Corey's been getting advice from. They quickly find out that Corey's been getting advice from Eric,
And
and
it's so funny. Corey's like, he taught me how to get a girl. What?
it's like go easy on him, help me get a date. And like every time that Corey speaks, like the situation just gets worse and worse.
What did he say when what's his name? Eric starts singing. He says something really bad that makes Eric start singing.
Oh yeah, fuck. I forgot what that.
Oh, I caught him. I saw the whole thing in the
Yeah.
bed.
So
He's like, yeah, I can tell you what happened. I saw the whole thing. Oh my god.
So like Alan goes into like full on, you're in trouble. I'm being serious. I'm doing a lot of pointing with my hands and stuff like that. And then like you realize they're in trouble. That's fair. The next scene is great. I love this scene so much. It's after class and Corey is there and the blonde girl comes up and he's like, hey, I don't know if we should go on a date. Like, I don't know how I feel about this whole situation. And he feels weird about it. And he's like, he still wants to get to know her. And he finally learns that her name is Wendy.
Yeah, but this is what confused me. He's like, let's not go on a date, but let's go somewhere and talk.
This is exactly what happened in the Topanga Corey date episode in season 1. He's like, I don't want to go on a date with you. And then he like is like, I'm sick. And then she comes over and they have like a really good time of not dating.
It's like, okay, and then they like walk 4 steps down like through the room as like they're going somewhere to talk. Like you can still go to like Chubby's and sit down and get to know each other. It's so funny to me.
And that's probably where they're going. I mean, anyways, that's probably where they're going. But like,
but it was nice. This was a very sweet ending of the episode. It really
considering
was.
like how horny this episode is, to see it like end like very
In a sweet way.
TGIF 1994 way.
But also, like, we are starting to really believe that Corey is actually learning as he goes. Like, he is truthfully picking it up as he goes.
Yeah.
And so for this episode, like it was very, very sweet the way it ended, because it was like, all right, this is, because we're going through Corey's life,
Yeah.
and it's really nice because it just, okay, we can take a step forward in Corey's life, and it's sweet.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
good.
that.
Like, and also like I love like the credit scene like so much, where
Oh, Eric, yeah.
Eric is like, so like they're doing their homework, and Eric's like, so how'd it go? And Corey's like, well, it went well. I nodded a lot and said, yeah, a lot. And I think I have a second date. And uh and
So it
like
was a
Eric,
date.
yeah. I mean, no one knows definitions when you're in seventh grade. Like, I mean, I don't even know definitions in my mid-30s. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But like, I love like how it ends, like with Eric being like, yeah, like this, or are you doing that? And he's like, yeah, exactly that. And then like he hits Ben Savage, and I'm 90% sure
He broke the fourth.
that's what I thought.
Honest.
I'm
I
like
saw that too.
I'm like, that looked like Ben Savage being Ben Savage,
Yeah.
laughing at.
It was definitely Eric. When Eric got out of frame, he like rubbed his head a little bit. It was definitely off. It was a real laugh.
And then the episode ends, and you're just like, this was a good episode.
It was good.
Yeah.
Very good episode.
Was there anything you wanted to bring up in the episode before we go, like superlatives or anything like that?
No, I think I did recognize one other person.
Yeah.
I recognized, when Sean was doing the hair flip?
Yes. So the two girls?
Yeah, not the redhead, but the second one. I think she was one of Stephanie's friends on Full House.
I can see that. Like
a bad influence, not Gia, but the other bad influence friend.
Oh, I remember those girls. I could see, yeah, that might have been her.
Like the smoking friends.
Yeah.
Friends.
Oh man, I used to love Full House so much. I used to have a big Stephanie Tanner was like my first crush.
Yeah. My husband's first crush was Stephanie Tanner too. That was like the one and only season of Dancing with the Stars he watched with me, was the one that she was on.
With Jodie Sweetin on?
Obsessed with her, yeah. But yeah, I'm like a 90s sitcom freak. So like when I watch these episodes and I see people that I recognize from them, I love it. It just takes me back.
No, it's like I'll never forget, like after we finish having the interview, you're like, Mark, I want to be on Mark Remeets World. I'm like, great, awesome. Any episode you want, always.
Honestly, like I want to go back and watch. I think I just I'm gonna start Perfect Strangers from the beginning. I'm excited.
I never actually watched that show.
What?
I know.
Balky Bartakamus and Cousin Larry. I haven't seen it since it was airing, I think, or maybe the first set of reruns. But I'm gonna start it from the beginning. I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, I just started watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air again from the beginning because I want to watch the special, and I have HBO Max on my Roku, so that's good.
Perfect.
And I realized I never saw the pilot until like a few days ago. I'm like,
that's a good episode.
It's great, and it's so funny how like the theme song goes right into the first scene. Yeah, so let's talk superlatives. Betsy Randall's the greatest TV mom in the whole world. A one, 2, 3, 4. Betsy Randall's the best TV mom. Yeah. This is a great episode for her.
Yeah, I mean she's not the primary character. She doesn't have that many scenes, but the scenes she does have, she steals them.
It's a thing of like she's really funny in that first scene when he went to bed till he was 12. I love that about Amy Matthews, that she's like not afraid to tell a joke. Like it's like if you're gonna hang with us Matthewses, then you have to be ready to be a joke.
This is my family. This is how we run the family. Yeah, she's great. And even I think it takes a lot of finesse as an actress to pull off the scene where it's just so obvious that she absolutely does not suspect Alan at all. And it's her acting that does it.
She's an incredible actress. Like I really hate that. I feel like I've only seen her like in like 3 or 4 things ever.
Yeah, she's
like
great.
she's like William Westwood. They've acted a lot, but like you only really remember them like Boy Meets World and like maybe like a soap opera here or there for both of them. But like I also like just love I love the meat of that Alan and Amy scene going into the scene with the kids. She doesn't do much in the scene with the kids, but like you're right. Like what she like, that she's like, my husband's loyal, everything is good. The kids need to be talked to the right way.
Yeah, so I'm going.
And I just like that a lot. Like I like.
She has a presence. She has a presence, and her presence actually controls the room. I like that.
Like, it just warms my heart. She's literally so amazing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else you need to talk about with her though in this episode, because she just nails it. Like, it's just a really fun episode for her. Not the biggest one ever, not the smallest. Like, she got things to do in this episode.
The great flannel nightgown.
Oh my god, that flannel armor! It was like, it really was floor length. It was horrifying.
Yeah, my mom has one, and I'm telling her, I'm like, Mom, how in the world is that in any way, shape, or form a comfortable option to sleep in? But it's from the 70s and 80s. That's their thing.
Yeah, like my dad wears like full on like pants and like shirt to bed,
I
and
don't
like
get it.
I'm just like, just get me like comfy and wrapped up, and
Yeah,
I'm good.
no, I'm in the opposite side. I
Same
can't have
here.
anything when I'm sleeping. I can't have anything on. I can't have
Yeah.
anything distracting me. Yeah.
No, it's just like I just need covers and I'm good.
Yeah.
And a pillow, a good pillow, like a nice
I,
memory foam pillow.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess we'll bring up episode of VP. We already know yours. Can we bring it up again, of course, after I finish mine, if you want.
Yes, you go first.
So
I have two.
All right. So I'm going to give this one to someone who is not the star of the episode, but what we get from them is just so strong. And they are the driving force of the sort of B plot. I mean, I think Will Friedle gets so much to do. And like, we finally get some more layers of him. He's ever just like the horny teenager, even though he is that. But like, we also get like a lot of like really fun moments of them, like that whole like getting talked to by the parents thing. Also, like that really sweet thing of like, look the girl in the eye. I love it. It's just, we get the full layers of Will Friedle as an actor here, where he can be broad comedy, and he can be that horny kid, and he can be that good, smarter older brother.
Yes, I agree. Fantastic episode for him.
Yeah.
Fantastic episode for him. So I have two MVPs. First, Morgan for sticking up for herself. She did not like a name somebody was calling her. She stuck up for herself and she let that person know she didn't like it.
Yeah.
Kudos, Morgan. Kudos. It's very, very sweet. And number two, I mean, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go ahead and name Corey, because
he's great. Yeah.
Because this episode taught him a very, very, it was what rite of passage.
Yes.
Almost. Like he had this fear and this hesitancy of being able to talk to a girl, just not being able to talk to a girl, but being able to start the conversation. He didn't know how himself to go up to a random girl and start talking, or get a girl to notice him. And all you need is that, right? In life, all it takes is that first domino to go down, and the rest becomes butter. You can figure the rest out, but it's that first step that's the hardest. And so to watch Corey, figure out and learn how to take that first step, it's like watching somebody take their first step. And it's like having a wall of blocks in front of him, and he was able to just knock that wall down. And now we can continue watching him, walking that path with girls. And because that's what the show essentially moves on, is obviously him with girls, right?
Right. I mean, that's why the whole show goes from here.
And so now we get to watch his romantic life as a kid. I know I hate calling it romantic life, but like, it's the evolution. It's the evolution of a kid into adulthood. And I feel like this was him like just opening the door to it. Got to watch the beginning. So I gotta give it to Corey.
It's a really fun one from like Ben Savage is always so good whenever it comes to like the weird, awkward teenager stuff. Like, honestly, Ben Savage is the reason I am an actor. Like, I met him, Will Friedle and Daniel Fischel at New York Comic Con a few years ago, and like that, and that was it. Like, I was just the happiest nerd ever. And I gotta tell them I'm an actor because of them, and they were all very, very sweet. And I met them only for like 5 seconds, but it was like the best 5 seconds ever.
I think I knew somebody who was there as well.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, New York Comic Con. So, my junior year of college, my roommate was a dead ringer for Daniel Fischel. Dead ringer, meaning she was an identical lookalike.
Tiny little blonde thing with like big hair, and
like dirty blonde, dirty like brown blonde. But I'm talking identical face, body, hair, everything.
Wow.
So I played like a little bit of a prank where like I sent a picture of us to my friends back home. And I went to Penn State, but I sent a picture of us to my friends back home. big group, like 20, 30 people. And I'm just like, hey guys, I just want to let you know if you ever want to come visit me at Penn State, you should come. I'm actually roommates. With the girl who played Topanga on Boy Meets World. And they all believed it. And a bunch of them came up to visit.
Because you guys are also at the same age too, right?
Yes, right. The exact same age.
Yeah.
So they actually thought my roommate Heather Stern was Topanga. And when they first met her, they even thought it. And we were just cracking up. We were laughing so much because she lived her whole life up to that date. Not her whole life, but like she lived her life being the Topanga lookalike as well. Through junior high, through high school. And the show was running live and she'd go through high school and everybody would just be like, hi, Topanga, hi, Topanga.
Oh, no.
This was her life.
Oh, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like also like...
I'll send you some pictures because she posted some pictures. And I remember I saved them at that Comic-Con of the four of them. It was her, the real Topanga, and then the boys.
Yeah.
It looks like twin girls.
That's so funny to me. That's so great. I love that so much. I'm like, oh God, that's so great. I love that. Oh man.
That was so funny. I was like, so to this day, it's like, yeah, I was roommates with Topanga in college.
Yeah. The real Topanga, not the official, but the real.
Photographic proof.
Oh my God, it's so great. Give us your plugs for people to follow you if you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple. I'm Cutie Karishma, the letter Q, letter T, on Instagram and on Twitter. And I just got a brand new puppy. Her name is Fiji, and I have an Instagram for her. Yeah, her name is Fiji, and she's Fiji Mini Doodle, and she's 9 weeks old. She's literally the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm obsessed with her.
What's her Instagram handle?
Hers is Fiji Mini Doodle.
That's so great. I love this. I'm gonna follow her.
Fiji, so it's like I love that name because it's like a name that's close to my heart.
Of course, yeah. I mean, of course.
Love it.
My plug's quickly at MarkLevy85. If you want to follow me on Twitter, if you want to email the show, be on the show, have a question for the show, markremeetsworld@gmail.com. Also, as you know, this is early 2021. Things are happening that are fun, hopefully. Wear masks, look out on the YouTube page. I'm trying to get things happening with games. And Karishma, thank you so much for being here today. It makes me so happy we're finally able to get this to happen.
Thank you so much for having me. Obviously, I know I'm a bit of a chatterbox and I talk too much, but
oh no, don't you dare apologize. So am I.
One thing I love talking about, I don't know, it's just I have this thing, TV. I can talk about TV forever. I just love and then Boy Meets World of all things. So when I heard that you do this Boy Meets World podcast, I was like, yeah, let's talk about
Literally, we went right off the air. The first thing you said, it's like, I want to do your show. I'm like, great, awesome.
Yeah, can't wait to do it again.
Like I had so much fun talking to you that first time, and I had fun talking to you again. And I hope to have you again on this show because you're always great to talk to. So
thank you. Same to you. I really appreciate that. Same to you.
Yeah, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.